WWE Money in the Bank took place on June 7th, so let's get into it. All right, so the first match was the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. We had Naomi, we had Alexa, we had Julia, we had Rhea, we had Roxanne, and we had Stephanie. Overall, this was an entertaining match, and I got into it because the match really picked up, in the middle, and then, we also had a good ending. So, what I would say about this match, Rhea Ripley, she had the best performance. Rhea Ripley is just one of the best wrestlers. She is right now the best female wrestler, period. No one is on her level. Rhea Ripley is just that good. One other thing that I didn't like about this match, just one thing I didn't like about this match is that when the match started, and well, I guess throughout the entire match, they would just look and point up at the briefcase, or just sometimes just stare at the briefcase. We know that it's there. Maybe you should stop staring at the briefcase and maybe just grab a ladder and just climb that ladder to retrieve the briefcase. That's I've felt that way at times, because it was just like, okay, we know it's up there. Just get it. Just grab the briefcase. So I just I thought that was just really just ridiculous. But they had some really good spots in this match. But anyway, towards the end, not Rhea Ripley, Naomi pushed Rhea and Naomi pushed Rhea and Alexa off the ladder, and she climbed that ladder, Naomi, and she retrieved the briefcase. So I really like the fact that Naomi won, and I want to see her, win the title now. Let's see what's going to happen. This change in Naomi's character, just her mic work has been really good. I have been really enjoying this, and so I think that she should win the championship. That should be the next thing. Okay, in this next match, this was for the IC Championship, Dirty Dom versus Octagon Jr. This match right here, this was about 5 minutes, or maybe a little under 5 minutes. This was a fun, it was a fun, entertaining match. It was, it was a short match, but it was just really entertaining. And Octagon Jr., I like the guy. I really like him. He can move in the ring, and I think he's just really good. So anyway, towards the end of this match, Rhea Ripley distracted Octagon Jr., and then Dirty Dom hit the 619 and and then he hit the frog splash, and he won the match. He got the 1, 2, 3. And this match right here, the third match, Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria. This was my favorite match from the show. The girls, the women, I should say, they just really went at it. It was like a sense of urgency, and it was just a competitive match, and it was just some back and forth, action, some good spots, and it was the best match on the card. They really went at it. I really enjoyed this match, and pretty much at the end, Becky Lynch, she rolled up Lyra. She pulled on her tights, and she got the 1, 2, 3. So Becky Lynch is the new women's IC champion. And Lyra had to raise Becky's hand. She had to raise her arm, up. So she raised her hand. I think it was like 2 times or 3 times. And then Becky was like, you know what? Now you got to put the belt around my waist. So Lyra, she didn't really want to do it, but she decided to do it, and then she German suplex. Yeah, I think, yeah, she did. She German suplex Becky, and then she hit her with her finisher. So I thought that was really good, and I really enjoyed their program. Just some really good work. And then the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. This match, it was a fun match. It was a long match. It was over 30 minutes, and I zoned out a couple of times. I zoned out, but I thought this was funny, and it just was kind of like a little ridiculous. So we get, Bronson Reed, not Bronson Reed, yeah, Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. They come out, they beat up a couple guys, right? And then it looks like Rollins, okay, is he going to get in the ring because he told the guys to come out? No, we get, Jacob Fatu and JC. They come out, and then the guys are going at it, and then pretty much Jacob Fatu is the last guy standing, and he tells Solo, he's like, "Hey, get the briefcase." So Solo is climbing the ladder in Fatu, he's really, he's like, "Hey, I dare someone to come in the ring. Solo's going to get this championship. I'm sorry, he's going to retrieve this briefcase." And then as Solo, is close to, I guess he like had his hand on the briefcase, Jacob Fatu, pretty much beat him up, attacked him, hit him. I think he hit him with a Samoan drop and they hit him with a moonsault. And he pretty much, Fatu screwed Solo. And then all of a sudden, all of the wrestlers, once Jacob Fatu left the ring, all of the wrestlers, they came out of their comas. It was really interesting how they were in a coma for a long time and they just came out of it, magically once, Jacob Fatu left the ring. So I thought that was funny. It was just ridiculous. I think that whole, I don't know what to call it, that whole, I guess interference and all that. That was like, it felt like a long time. Was it over 10 minutes? I don't, if it felt maybe like it was 10 minutes or even longer. I don't know. And then so Rollins, he's in the ring, he's climbing the ladder. He finally got up. It's just so ridiculous. And then LA Knight, okay, I see LA Knight. He comes in the ring. I'm like, okay, they're going to give this to LA Knight. But no, LA Knight did not he did not win the match. Rollins end up curving. I'm sorry, Rollins curve stomp LA Knight, and then Rollins climbed the ladder and he retrieved the briefcase. So he is, Mr. Money in the Bank. I really wanted LA Knight to win. So what are they doing with LA Knight? And I understand with the storyline with Rollins with this new group, how they have to make, a statement and an impact. I get that. But so can we have LA Knight? Can we have him win the, what is it, the Night of Champions, that tournament, the King of the Ring, or whatever it's going to be? Can we have him win that to go on to SummerSlam to face whoever for the one of the world championships or the WWE well, not maybe the world championship, whatever, I don't know. Can we have that? Can we have that? I don't know. All right, and then we have the main event team. We had Cena and Logan Paul versus Jay and Cody. So this, this was this match they went for some time, but I did overall, I like this match. I thought it was entertaining. And that surprise, with Mr. Who, when he made his return, that was really something, with R Truth, so that was, I didn't see that coming. So anyway, in this match, there was some tension, with John Cena and Logan Paul and Cody Rhodes. He had like a nice, really hot tag, and then eventually, and also that spot where Logan Paul when he hit the backflip onto Jey Uso outside of the ring onto the announcers table. That was just like, whoo! That was a beautiful moonsault. That guy Logan Paul is just insane because that could have went or that could have gone really wrong. But yeah, so anyway, Cody Rhodes, what this is what happened. Cena hit Cody with the belt, and it looked like Cena was about to win the match. And then a mask man, Spirit John Cena, he pulled down the mask. It is, it's R Truth. And then R Truth hit Cena with the belt. Then Cody Rhodes hit his finisher and he pinned John Cena for the 1, 2, 3. So it was a fun match overall. In this show, Money in the Bank, I would say that this was a good show. It was a good show, 5 matches. Um, with the advertisement and all that kind of stuff between the matches, it did, yeah, it dragged a little, and Jey Uso he had like a super long entrance, but this was a good show. I really enjoyed it. What's going to happen next? The fact that R Truth is back, and from what I saw online so far, it seems like R Truth is going to go by Ron Killings, his actual name, or his real name, well, his actual name is Ronnie, Killings, or so he's going to go by Ron Killings, and it seems like he's going to be more serious. I want to see a more serious side, from R Truth, aka Ron Killings. So I can't wait to see it. Let's see what's going to happen. Take care and have a good one.